name's Gabe Zollner. I'd like to talk about something that affects every single person in America, actually every single person in the world, and that is our media. You ever wonder why a reporter is called a reporter? Well, the reason they're called reporters is because what they're supposed to do is report the news and not make the news. And when they start making the news, then what they really become is a propaganda arm. And the reason that is because most people have biases. And we are more than aware of the biases that most of our media has. CBC, NBC, ABC, MSNBC, and even Fox. They all have a certain amount of bias. And what they tend to do is they tend to stop reporting the news. One of the sayings that Fox News has is, we report, you decide. Well, if they followed that mantra of theirs, then you wouldn't have situations like we do have where O'Reilly gives his opinion as to where he believes Obama was or wasn't born. We wouldn't have people like Hannity saying pretty much the same thing, that, yeah, I believe he was born in Hawaii, or whoever else. The bottom line is that's not their function. What their function is to report the news, not to make the news. And I hope that whoever ends up in power, especially if Governor Romney ends up in power, obviously if Obama remains there, he won't abide by it. But what I think has to happen is that all of the licenses for all of these organizations that call themselves news organizations, all the licenses have to be pulled. And they have to earn the right. And when they cross the line by starting to interject what they believe the American people should know versus what the American people should receive based on what's being reported, then they shouldn't be allowed to have their licenses reinstated. Because what you end up with is you end up with being inundated with propaganda. I mean, you got this Chris Matthews, he gets a tingle up his leg. We don't care if you get a tingle up your leg, Chris. Keep that to yourself. We don't care. What we care about is what's happening in this country real time. And you know, what we're learning is terrifying. This Benghazi is terrifying. It is terrifying. Apparently, help was requested on 3 separate occasions. Clinton and Hillary wanted to provide it, and guess who stopped it? I mean, I think what happened, in all honesty, is they learned a great deal. They learned a great deal based on running guns into Mexico. Operation Fast and Furious, they got clean away with that. How did they get away with it? Well, Obama executed or applied executive privilege. You can't apply executive privilege unless it affects you directly, all right? And now we're finding out that they did the same thing. Not only in Libya, Obama wanted to get rid of Gaddafi, so he gave weapons to the Libyans insurgents. Now Gaddafi's gone. He wants to do the same thing in Syria. Why? Because Turkey hates the president of Syria. And the president of Turkey, according to the media, which I don't know if that's real or not, is a very close friend of Obama. Please understand, we cannot continue to receive misinformation. And if all these media outlets want to do nothing but provide us with misinformation, guess what? We don't need the media, because all they are is propaganda outlets. So hopefully in 2013 that'll begin to change. If organizations want to report the news, that's great. We're open to it. We're receptive to it. But if what you want to do is tell us what you think, we don't care, and it has to stop. Thank you.